Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Pacific Northwest. And in this very cold morning, my friend Anthony and I decided to come to a viewpoint here in Mt Rainier. Well, it's actually technically just a little bit outside the park, but yeah, there's this beautiful overlook, and you've got the lake in the foreground and Mt Rainier all the way in the background. Just provides for a really stunning view. We came out pretty early, kind of had a mad dash to find a spot. I came out here the other day, but I really couldn't location scout very successfully just because the conditions were a little bit too harsh. There's too much mist and fog, so there's no visibility whatsoever. But conditions are actually quite great this morning. Wish there was a little bit more atmosphere and some clouds would be nice, but yeah, you can't get it all. I'm gonna go ahead, set up a composition here, and definitely gonna rely on some filters this morning, both in polarizer and perhaps a 3-stop soft edge grad, just to bring down this. It's a beautiful scene, but it's quite unbalanced because you're definitely fighting both deep shadows and highlights. So the filters should help with balancing that overall tonality out. So I'm going to finish setting up now and hope to get a good image this morning. I've been able to meet up with my good friend Anthony. This morning has been quite nice in terms of conditions. No harsh wind. I do wish it was a little bit more moody in terms of atmosphere with maybe some mist, but I was fighting that the other day and wishing that there wasn't any mist. So that just goes to show you can't have it all. But sunrise has happened. It happened about 10-15 minutes ago, and definitely got some good shots. But I'm gonna stick it out just a little longer here because you never know. I kind of like what the light is doing right now. It's casting a nice reflection on Mt Rainier still. So we are quite cold, and
as you can see.
Yeah, as you can see. I think Anthony is enjoying some beef jerky, and I'm looking forward to something hot once we get back to the car. But yeah, I'll go ahead and probably take a few more images here, and I'll then walk you through my composition, which, well, technically has already happened. I was thinking about this too earlier. I was thinking whether I was going to just pretend that I was taking the photo as I was explaining the composition, but yeah, I'm not going to do that in this video. I think I took my best photos about 15 minutes or so ago, and though I'm still going to continue photographing, I definitely think the best light is gone, and nothing wrong with that, but yeah, I just the image that I probably end up showing you I've taken quite a while ago at this point. So I'll walk you through my composition here in just a moment. We're just going to continue enjoying this view and the morning and the company. So the light's pretty much done at this point, so I figure I'll go ahead and walk you through my composition. As I'm looking at it at this point and kind of reviewing the images that I took this morning, I think maybe I have one or two keepers, but like I mentioned earlier, there wasn't really many clouds in the sky or just atmospheric conditions to really put more emphasis on the sunrise and the mountains in the background, or the mountain in the background, Mt Rainier itself, I should say. But I think still, overall it's going to be a fairly decent image. I think the lake in the foreground really makes the image quite unique. And I'm kind of thinking that tomorrow for sunrise I may try my luck getting a little bit lower down near the lake. We'll see. But basically I'm at about 40 mil, 45-ish, 50 maybe, pushing 50 mil, I can't really tell. I'm in a very awkward spot, if you can't see. I'm just basically, we're standing on top of these boulders, and so not a lot of space to move around in, but it works. So as I was saying, 50 mil, and I still had pretty much this entire time I utilized a 3-stop soft edge grad as well as my polarizer to just cut down on the glare from the lake below. And overall the composition was fairly well balanced. I feel like both the shadows and the highlights, I was able to balance them out quite well with the filters. Got my very trusty shutter release cable, and yeah, pretty much just a simple, straightforward shot. And as far as my settings go, F11, and filters F11, and just about under 1 second exposure time. So I'll go ahead and maybe at this point perhaps show you one or two images. I'm pretty excited to review them when I get back home, but at this point I'm kind of hoping that I have a keeper from this morning, but we'll see. You will know at this point before I do. So I'll go ahead and show you those images now. Well, we are now back in the car, and I hope you've enjoyed this video, and please tune in for more content from the Pacific Northwest. Still have a little bit left on this trip, and I'm going to actually go on a trail that I did a few days ago, and hopefully now with better visibility I can do a little bit of better location scouting for tomorrow, or maybe even sunset tonight. So anyways, thanks for tuning in, everyone. If you're watching for the first time, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you very much for doing that and taking the time to watch once again. I'd appreciate any comments and likes and shares. If you enjoy this content and you want to share it with someone you know that you think may enjoy it as well, I'd greatly appreciate it. So thank you, everyone, once again for tuning in to another episode. And until next Sunday, we will see you again. And so in the meantime, take care, everyone.